Let me quickly teach you how to make a satin hair bonnet with ruffles. My name is Chinaza Victory and you're welcome back to Nazi Stars YouTube channel. To the newcomers and my returning subscribers and viewers, thank you so much for stopping by. Let's move straight into the video. I will be making use of these materials. Here I have my scissors, my Ankara fabric, the satin fabric, okay, and my check, and of course the elastic I'll be using, my measuring tape. So the measurement for this elastic is about 22 inches, and that is the size of my head circumference. So you should use your tape to measure around your head to determine the length of the elastic to use. For each of the fabrics, I cut out a square of 30 inches by 30 inches, which will be enough for the size of the hair bonnet that I want to make. The Ankara fabric is also 30 inches by 30 inches. The four sides of the fabric are 30 inches by length, okay? I'll start with the satin fabric and I'll start by folding it into two equal parts. Then I will pick up the upper side and fold it again, making it 4 folds. I will fold into 4 like when you want to cut a flay. Of course, this is a full circle, so I'm going to be folding into 4 like so. I will also fold the Ankara the same way, and then we'll start the cutting. I'm going to start my measurement from the folded edge. Look at the place I'm pointing at. That's where I'm going to place my tape to measure, okay? I'll first of all pin down the fabric before I start. Now, if you want your hair bonnet to be big like mine, make use of 14 inches. So I'll start measuring 14 inches from that folded point. I'll measure and mark 14 inches. And I'm going to be marking this 14 inches round while my tape is permanently placed at that folded point. I'll just be moving the other hand round and be measuring the 14 inches. If you want your hair bonnet to be smaller than my own, you can make use of 13 inches or 12 inches, even 10 inches, right? Okay. After that, I'll carefully connect all the marks to form a smooth curve. The next thing is to cut out, but before then, I'll bring in the already folded Ankara fabric and I'll place it under this one, making sure that the folded edges aligns with each other before I then cut it out. I'll then open up the two fabrics and place it right side facing each other, okay? I'll take this to my sewing machine, or you can also use your hand needle to achieve this. I'm going to be sewing 0.5 inch around these two fabrics, okay? But remember to leave an opening. I'll be leaving about 4 inches opening where I'll be turning it inside out from, and also where the elastic will be inserted from. So I've gone to sew around the circle using 0.5 inch, and I also left a little space there, as you can see in the video. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to pick up my scissors and start placing notches around the circle. Be careful not to cut through the stitch line, okay? Just notch it round it. This will help it to remain smooth when you turn it inside out. After that, I'll locate the opening and then put my hand inside to bring it out to the right side of the fabric. Then I'll take it to my ironing table and give it a very nice press. Starting from the edge, I'm going to be marking in 2 inches. I'll come in by 2 inches and mark it around this circle, meaning that I am trying to form another circle inside this one, okay? Now I'll continue marking these 2 inches. As I'm marking it, I'll keep connecting the marks as I am marking the 2 inches. So this is what it should look like after marking it round. As you can see, the 2 inches is marked round the circle to form another circle. Okay, now before I go to my sewing machine to sew on it, I'll first of all mark another line. So starting from this new circle, I'm going to come out by 0.5 inch to form another circle. Okay, this is very easy. Just mark another circle starting from this one I just finished marking. So I'll come out by 0.5 inch and I'll start marking 0.5 inch around it. Just the way we'll mark the 2 inches, I'll mark 0.5 inch this time around, and I'll mark it round. The only difference between this line and the first line is that this second one I'm marking, when I'm sewing, I will not be sewing it completely. I'll be leaving a little space, the same place we left at the beginning. That same space we left there, I'll be leaving it when I'm sewing on this second line. And this second line is to form an elastic casing where the elastic will be inserted into. So I'm done marking the second circle. Remember the opening we left at the beginning, right? Now when I'm sewing this second circle, I'm not going to be closing up that side. I will still be leaving space. The only one I'm going to be sewing completely is the first circle, but when I'm sewing the second circle, I'll be leaving a space around here as well. I'll mark it so that I'll remember when I am sewing it that I'm not supposed to close it up completely. So I'll sew from one side of the opening and I stop at the other side of the opening. So I'll take this to my sewing machine now and sew it round. Remember, the first circle will be closed completely, while the second one will leave a little opening around the first opening. So this is what it looks like after sewing on the 2 circles. Okay, now look at the little space I left. I did not close up the second circle like I mentioned. I left a little space where the elastic will be inserted into. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to come in with my elastic and then insert it into the elastic casing. Okay, I've already fixed my safety pin on the elastic that will guide me to fixing this elastic. So I will now locate the opening and then start inserting the elastic, starting from that point as seen in the video. I'll keep pushing in the elastic. So when you're doing this, be very careful not to allow the other point of the elastic to enter inside. It will be very difficult to come out. So you can use your pin to hold down the other edge of the elastic on the hair bonnet, then you keep fixing in the elastic that has the pin. Now I'll use my pin to hold down this other part first. I'll hold it down, then I'll continue inserting the elastic into the elastic casing. Now when you get to the other side of the opening, I'm going to pull out the 2 elastic points this way, then I'll take away the pins and set it aside. The next thing I'm going to be doing now is to make a very tight knot. I'm going to be tying the 2 ends of the elastic this way. I'll tie it together, making sure that the knot is very tight in such a way that it will not be able to loosen easily. So I will tie it very well, then I will cut out the excess elastic there. After that, I'll come back to the opening that I left. I will take it to my sewing machine and close up the opening. Okay, you can also do this using an invisible stitch with your hand needle, but I will make use of my sewing machine. I will just close up the opening. So finally, this is what we have here. See how beautiful it looks already, and see how amazing it looks on my head. So my beautiful people, if this video was helpful, please like this video, subscribe to my channel if you're yet to do that, share this video to your friends and your loved ones, and don't forget to leave a very nice comment below. Thank you so much for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.